Oh no. The
Okay,
meetings.
everyone. This is already off to a really great start. Hello, welcome to Two
Two
Brown
blonde
Bimbos. Oh my
bimbos.
gosh, the energy. You guys are in for a real one today. The energy levels are off the charts. We have matching sunglasses on. If you're watching the video, you will see that.
I am just pretending that I'm like some bohemian recording artist from the
You definitely
1960s.
look like it.
Thank you. If you're not watching us on YouTube, get on YouTube. I mean, audio's fun, but it's nice to have a little visual. That was meant to
Okay.
be dirty.
I really love all the pink. I need to find more pink. I don't have as much pink that I would like in my closet.
What's fantastic about this is that I am absolutely using it as an excuse to purchase like all those impulsive things that I would never let myself have.
Yeah,
Ooh, we should go on like a Bimbo shopping spree
I've
for
been
like a
wanting to do
YouTube,
this.
and we
This would
could
be
like
so fun.
capture our, our
Yeah.
screens as we shop. And
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
buy
have to connect soon. I feel like I either need there needs to be a trip. We all know there needs to be a trip,
Oh
guys.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But so last night after you had messaged me, I watched The Gossip Girl,
Thank you.
and I was so glad you talked about it because first of all, I didn't even know when it was coming out for some reason, even though was obsessed with.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I just didn't hear a lot about it for some reason, even though I knew it was coming out. But like I
Yeah.
loved the original Gossip Girl. That was like my favorite show.
Oh yeah, it's so fun. Still, like I'll have a comfort rewatch of the old
Yes.
Gossip Girl. And I definitely see a lot of like, you know, problematic shit now. I'm
Oh,
like,
very
oh,
problematic.
I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
why? Chuck was not a great guy in the first season. I'm pretty sure he tries to essay Lil J, and then he's our hero by the end of
I
it.
know. They definitely changed it up. The casting for this I actually really like. I feel like
Oh yeah.
it's just so different, but it still aligns with like the previous. Like it's very well. The whatever they did works really well. The guy with the pink hair, actually I've been following him. I should probably figure out his actual, I think his name's Evan, in
Mm-hmm.
real life. And I've been following him for a while because he's from Hawaii and
Oh,
he's like a really cool, like he's just is just the epitome of cool kid. And so I found him on Instagram years ago, and he's like a model and he actually never acted until now, but he is a model and a surfer and a professional skateboarder. And I just thought he was so cool. When I saw he was cast for Gossip Girl, I was like, that's so sick. Cause he literally is from Hawaii, small town, like, and now he's on freaking Gossip Girl.
dude, I mean, the internet is a beautiful democratic place.
Yeah.
Did you follow Tavi?
No.
Oh man. Do you know who Tavi is?
I just read whole articles yesterday to kind of like figure out their real names, but which one is that again? I need to.
She's the teacher with the blonde bob haircut.
Where is she from? Something?
Okay, this is great. To me, this is like the most genius casting. So Tavi started out as a fashion blogger years ago when I was in college,
Okay.
and she was 11 years old.
Wait,
And
what?
yes, I think she had a blog called Style Rookie, and I remember reading it with my friends, and it was really crazy because her voice and her taste level, it sounded like a 30-year-old was
But she was
writing this blog.
11.
Yes, she was 11 years old, and she became kind of a fashion darling. She was
Holy
flown out to
moly.
all the Fashion Week events, and this is kind of before bloggers were really accepted at fashion events, So and
That's a
she
big
was just
deal.
such yeah, she was such an anomaly that I think that she was really welcomed in, and she was a little kid that dressed sort of like a grandma. Like there's pictures and footage of her with like Karl Lagerfeld and Marc Jacobs.
I have to look this up now.
It's very cool. And I just remember the whole time being like, there's no way she's writing this. Did her parents write it? But when you see her in video interviews from the time, she's so well spoken, and she understands fashion from both an artistic and commercial perspective. And hearing her talk about that from two points of view as a kid is bananas.
So she's
It's
now
so
the
cool.
teacher.
Yes, and also, I mean, we can
God.
spoiler alert on this. If you haven't watched the pilot, if you're gonna get twisted about spoiler alerts from a pilot, then I don't care. You're not my audience, baby.
Yeah.
Uh, so she is Gossip Girl, and I love that casting because she's a former blogger who people were like, "Is this really you? Is this your actual identity?" I think there's some kind of fun self-awareness there.
I like her character. I did not know that. Now I'm going to look up her as an 11-year-old because now I'm very curious to what she looked like.
She looks kind of
Also,
like a little Who.
oh, really? That's so, I can see that
She like
kind of.
will wear giant big bows on her head,
So she
you know?
really was like super fashion chic, like out there as an
Yes.
11-year-old.
Mhm.
So
You'll
she,
when you
was
see
she,
pictures,
is she from New York then?
she's from Chicago.
Okay. And then I know I saw you actually mention they cast well, one of the characters is pansexual. They have a
Mhm.
lot of like queer. They also in real life, I think there's a transgender
Yes.
cast, which is just so amazing. I think the casting is incredible. I didn't even know that until I was like looking up all the characters and breakdowns and everything. It was like really interesting
Yeah.
to see their backgrounds.
I mean, my platform. My platform is all about the big girls, and I've definitely received some feedback that, why isn't there a big girl in the cast? I think there's,
Oh, I
ample
didn't even.
opportunity for that to happen, but I also don't
Yeah.
want the cast to feel too tokenized. And also just speaking, I don't want to see the storyline about it, because if they're going to insult her or take her down, or if she's going to have a secret, it's going to be something related to her body or
Her
her weight.
body.
And
Hmm.
I just don't want to see
That.
that. And I don't know. And in the environment of Gossip Girl, I feel like anything that you have is up for grabs for people, to hurt you with in that world, because
Hmm.
they're all so mean to each other. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see something change. They seem a little bit more like lift each other up and less competitive with each other, but we'll see. Who knows? I
I'm
don't
already
know.
intrigued by the dynamic of this. I need to get better at the names, but the sister that was like, she just discovered her sister and then her boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And
I think I think the girls are named Jordan and Zoya.
Jordan and Zoya. Okay,
I don't
Jordan
know if
is.
I'm right on Jordan. I think I am. Jordan and Zoya might be the two sisters. Zoya for sure is one of her names.
Well, if you haven't watched it, you need to because it's very good. I find it very good. I think it's great.
It slaps. Oh, are you kidding me? And I'm very excited about the designers they're using in the show. It's the same costume designer. And what's interesting about him is that he, did an interview recently where he was talking about how in the original Gossip Girl he wanted to use super designer items, but
Pieces, yeah.
in this iteration he wants these kids to be kind of like, the internet exists, so it's cool to be a little bit more savvy about up and coming
Yes.
designers and stuff. So
Yeah.
he wants to kind of do a combination of like streetwear and like more indie designers with these like super elevated, well-known like fashion houses. So
Well, and then they also did the runway show, which I'm assuming that really was Christopher John Rogers'
yeah, yeah,
real stuff,
it was.
correct?
It was like I believe they were all the couture pieces from his like last show.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool to include him in that.
I'm just jacked because I feel like it's fashion shorthand for anybody that feels like, oh, maybe I'm not really in the scene,
Sure,
or
yeah.
for me, like I'm just like not in a coastal city, so like we get everything 2 years later out here in Texas. I have to wait for the trickle down for that cerulean sweater to arrive in the bin.
Cerulean sweater. I can't. Yeah,
You
I will
feel
say
me?
I feel like when I lived in New York City versus LA, I do feel like in New York City I was even more like fashion forward for
Yeah.
sure. Like living here, it's even it's people are fashionable, but it's a different type of fashion. In New York, people are like on their shit. Like they know it. It was actually really cool to be in that environment just because it made me more aware of things and like it was just really cool to see people on the streets even and
Mm.
you would never know and they would have these like very underground up and coming designers on and it was just like very inspiring. And so those are the things even going back to New York recently I was like oh my god everyone looks so cute.
I love LA's vibe too, because LA is fashion forward and definitely more fashion forward than middle America where I'm at.
Hmm.
But there's also a great, like, people are always casual in
That's
LA.
what I was
Like,
going to say, there's a difference but it's still fashionable.
yeah, like you can always like wear jeans and like a band tee to an event in LA, and
Yeah.
it's like you're not going to be looked at funky.
Yeah.
And it's just so bizarre. I think I went to one influencer event in LA before I was an influencer. I just got invited because I made like a viral comedy video. And It was so relaxed and chill, and everybody,
Yeah.
you could wear jeans, you could wear like a little cute cocktail dress or just like a summer sundress. But out here in Dallas, like I shy away from a lot of influencer events just because you have to be like so polished.
It's very polished. It's a different, even when I lived in Dallas, I even felt there was one time, I'll never forget, I moved to Dallas. That was like the first month or two I was there. And my friend was like, let's go to like a pub, like bar in like
Mm,
uptown or something. I don't know. And I was like, okay, I'll wear like jeans and a cute shirt. And like, and I show up, I swear these girls were wearing prom dresses. And I was like, I am not prepared for this right now. We are at a pub, folks. Like they were so, it's just a different, it's Southern women are raised a lot of times to be, you know, always have their hair done, always have their makeup done, always be so polished, which is an amazing thing for some people. For me, I was like, shit, I'm in my jeans. Like, what's going on? Like, that was a culture shock for me moving to the South, was that even going to the grocery store is different.
yeah.
And it's like, sometimes it's like, wow, you guys like really put it on, like,
It's not fair. Like, I think that California vibe rubbed off on me too much. Also, my mother was born and raised in Los Angeles, and like I think brought that casual vibe to me. So I did not get the memo growing up. I think, man, I'm gonna talk hot goss about some influencer out here that I saw, and because I'll watch some influencers, I'm like, oh my god, kill me. Um, there's an influencer I saw, and she was talking about how she used to like walk around with like chipped nail polish, and I'm like, yeah, it happens. So what? And
definitely happens. That's totally
some
normal.
yes, some other influencer told her like, you know, that like that's your best hand forward when you shake someone's hand and it's really a reflection of who you are. And she talked about how like
Oh,
she
God.
never she like never leaves the house without her hands being done. The same influencer. Oh man, I'm being such a little
No, I
gossip
literally,
girl.
Gossip Girl, XOXO, gossip.
Spotted a Dallas influencer
We
story.
should do, oh my God,
Uh
that would go viral. Spotted, bitch on the
I mean,
corner.
I just wanted to DM her and be like, homie, I'll be your friend and we can relax. But she'd probably be like, get away from me. She was at a North Park Mall on another occasion and wearing what I would consider like an elevated outfit. Like she was wearing Golden Goose sneakers and like white jeans and a tee and had her hair in a ponytail. And I'm like, cute, like good for you. And she was like, I can't believe I'm at the mall. I look like a slob. And I
Oh my
was
God, if
like,
I wore that, that's like a night, like I'd feel cool. Like, what's happening?
I just don't know, and I kinda just wanted to be like, "Oh, man," at the time, I think she was pregnant, so I wonder if it was, the hormones
Hormones. That's
doing
so,
the
no, but I
talking.
will say, like, it's different in every city, but it's funny to go from like an LA or New York or even another city and then go to the South. It's like women there, it's you have to be presented a certain
Yeah.
way sometimes. And so I just remember going out all the time and I was like, oh my God, I just want to wear like cute clothes. Like you said, jeans and golden goose. That's cute. Like,
Yeah.
but that is not
Those
enough.
are $500 sneakers.
Yeah.
Like, in what world are those slovenly I mean, here's the thing, they are intentionally, like, shabby looking,
Yes.
but I think
I
that the
have some, I'm
brand
not gonna lie.
recognition yeah, like, I think
I
people
love
should
them.
know. Alright, quick question, because 'cause I've been so curious. I'm like, are they all that people say they are? Are they
So
very
Charlie wears
comfortable?
them religiously. That's like one of
Okay.
his main shoes. I have a few. Um, First of all, I think they're very comfortable. I actually think the comfort is great, but I love that if you get them dirty, they're already dirty, but they look like cool dirty. And I know some people are like, why are you paying $500 for dirty shoes?
Yeah.
But it's like, you know how people pay to have bedhead done, even though it takes like forever to get bedhead, or like natural
Yes.
makeup ends up taking the longest to do.
Yeah.
It's because it just like, it's cool, street chic, but like if you mess them up, it's already fucking messed up. So I love them. I think they're so fun and they have so many different colorways. And I know like other brands have, obviously you can find an affordable, like Steve Madden, I think has done like
Mm.
a knockoff or something. So if you want them for like a lesser price, but we love them and Charlie likes them because the men's especially, they zip on the side so you don't have to lace them. And he
Ooh.
doesn't like laces. So he actually wore his so much the sole came apart. He's had them for like, so he's actually about to buy a new pair because they're his favorite shoes.
I have a follow-up question. And I don't know if this is devil's advocacy or what, but like I think let's just like explore this topic because I think about this considerably.
What?
Are there designer pieces that you are drawn to or own or because it might be kind of a flex? And I think we could be honest because I think
Ooh.
that we both love that Anthropology, like, but like
Yeah.
hobo bag that we both, it's
Yes.
great. It's cute. But I feel like if it was kind of like, if it was a Dior bag, I'd be even more like, I'm obsessed with this bag.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get
I
it.
can
I
honestly
th- I
admit that,
think the flex for me would be okay, and this actually happened when I moved from Hawaii to Austin, and I knew I was going to be in the South, so I was already preparing my fucking head for this, and I literally was like having an existential crisis. I was like super sad. There was a lot of shit going on in my life, and I was like, Charlie, Charlie was like, let's go look for a purse because I was like, I really want like a nice purse that can carry a bunch of stuff, but really in my head, I really wanted to just fit in the South. And I knew Louis Vuitton was like a huge brand out there. So
Yeah.
that's when we went in Texas and bought my first Louis Vuitton, like big piece. And I remember like feeling so cool when I would walk around with it. Like, and you know what? I hate to say this, and this is what's kind of like, it's just the facts. People do look at you differently when they see,
Yeah.
and I could look like shit wearing joggers and have a Louis Vuitton bag. And if they saw that, and I noticed that, and that is one thing in other cities, it's not always like that. Like in New York, it's not, but in certain, especially in the Texas kind of like realm, if you look like shit, but you have, diamonds on and you're in joggers with a Louis Vuitton, they're like, oh, so she's like rich chic right now. I hate to say that, but that's kind of how I felt. But that was my flex. I think that was my flex. I actually love the bag and I use it and I love it, but it was like a flex thing.
I've got a story that also goes with that. I went to North Park Mall, which is, I think that, to explain everybody, North Park Mall is the largest privately owned mall. It's owned by the Nasher family, and they also own a sculpture center in Dallas, which, so they're very wealthy people. And if you go to North Park Mall, no drag in North Park Mall, except for they should have a brick and mortar plus size store at North Park Mall. I could go on and on. North Park is beautiful. There's no middle kiosk where people are selling you cell phone covers, and I'm sure the fact that it's a private mall has something to do with that. They also have an incredible art collection, so you can like go and see a big cause statue
Yeah.
or sculpture, and they have tons of Warhols and like I think there's a Matisse. I don't know. I don't want to like.
It is beautiful in there.
There's beautiful things. However, it's to speak to what you said about the sweatpants and stuff. I've been kicked out of North Park Mall because I wasn't following dress code.
That makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, so gross. And it was because, and honestly, they claimed that I was wearing a bandana and that's like a gang symbol, but it was because like I was wearing straight up basketball shorts, and the woman I was with has like, neck to toe, like full body tattoos. And we were
Mhm.
both like wearing bandanas in our hair, and we were both former Anthropology employees. And for some reason that summer, all of us at Anthropology were just wearing cute bandanas in our hair. It was like a big
It's like
thing.
a
It was probably
trend. Yeah.
2015, I would say. So that makes sense to me. And we got kicked out, and I think it was because she was tattooed or whatever, and I probably looked like a big. We just were probably
Like, what
big old
did they
Macs.
just walk up to you literally and was like, we're gonna have you leave?
Yes, they were like, you need to leave. You're wearing bandanas, which is like a gang symbol, and you can't. And I was so close to be like, I'll take it. I took the bandana off, and they were like, you
That's
still need to
so
go.
wild.
And I'm sure that like me being a big girl had something to do with it too. There's just like a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Um, I went back to the mall maybe like a week
Sorry if you
later.
hear I don't know, there's a loud police going. This is,
Oh, I did hear it now. I didn't
this is
hear it.
entrepreneurs in their house trying to do stuff. Okay. Continue about your getting kicked out of North Park.
Yeah. So I went back to North Park not long after, wearing a similar outfit, bandana back in my hair, but I had a very nice Prada bag, and
Interesting.
I put it on. I was complimented by everyone
Oh
at
my
this mall.
gosh.
Yeah, it's just so funny how much like, class and status and
Yes.
everything that people think about you can be changed with the appearance of these accessories. And
I even no, continue. Sorry.
I started referring to these bags as like protection bags.
I noticed too when I got married and had a diamond ring on my finger, people treated me differently too. That was
Wow.
one of those moments I noticed too, because people have always kind of, if I look more put together, I'm not just like, rolling out of bed comfy, because I have tattoos, people perceive me very different ways.
Yeah.
And then when I had a house in Dallas, or they saw my husband owned a business, or I had a diamond ring. They changed their outlook on me. I'll never forget when I lived in Tennessee, I walked into a bathroom and a lady was drunk and she comes up to me. She's like, "What are you going to do with your life?" And I was like, "I'm a hairstylist." And she was like, you ruined your life with your tattoos. Your poor family must be so sad." And she was like grabbing onto my arm. And I was like, oh my God. And that was one of those things where I got that a lot about my tattoos, was people would immediately think like, she must have no life, going nowhere because of tattoos. I'm like, this is ridiculous. You realize like there's literally you can't judge a book by its cover. The
Fine,
doctors have
mama.
tattoos. I just think tattoos need to be more widely accepted. And I actually sometimes want a hand tattoo, and I bet that freaks people out. I've thought
I
about it
think
for a
hand
long
tattoos
time.
are cute.
I think they're very cute, and
Would you do like the whole top of your hand, or like would you do fingies?
I would
What's
do
popping?
like the whole thing, like the top, the fingers. I've thought about it for a long time.
I
Very
like
into
that.
it. Also,
I
I
would
follow a lot
do
of
it.
accounts with like Noelle. I think her name's Noelle and
Noelle
Fox.
Downing, baby.
No, not Noelle.
That's
Noelle
what I
and
thought. She does have hand tattoos though. So if you're thinking of
wait, does
Noelle and
she really?
Fox,
Yeah, that's her.
Noelle and Fox, Noelle Downing, they both got hand tattoos.
I didn't even realize Noelle Downing has. Does she really?
Yeah, she got some cute little ones on her
I had
fingies.
no idea. The Noelle and Fox girl, I think her tattoos are so cool. She has like full body, like, and
Noelle
then
and Fox's whole vibe. I love her airy home. I
yeah,
love her like her traditional tattoos, but she'll always be dressed super simply. Like she would wear like an
yes,
ochre colored like boiler suit and have her cute little bob.
her hair is
Oh,
so
she's
cute.
beautiful. Yes. She's I love her.
Speaking of Instagram, we talked about Instagram is no longer for photos, Rosie.
It's for video.
It's for
It's a
videos
video.
only. Get off.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm pumped about it.
Me too.
It's been really fun because I feel like you and I jumped on the video train pretty early. I would say like I
Yeah.
started making video content for TikTok last summer when I was bored.
You
And
got
you
on TikTok really early. I did not, and that was awesome and smart of you because your audience is great.
got to jump in there. I mean, also sometimes they're mean on TikTok. It's very humbling to have like an 11-year-old see exactly what's wrong with you.
Oh my God. They're like, I read through you. No, I
Yeah.
actually, when they rolled out reels, I immediately started doing them. First of all,
Yeah.
I kind of thought, and we talked about this before, like I felt like it showed my personality a little more than obviously a
Mhm.
still photo. I do love imagery and creating artistic stuff, but it was nice to be more like myself. And I know a lot of content creators are so mad and they're like up in arms. To be very honest, I love it. I'm sorry. I love doing videos. I just love it.
Dude, evolve or die in this
Well,
industry
that's
is
the
what I
thing is
say.
I feel like people don't realize even in the hair industry and any industry, you have to take a new class, learn a new thing, learn a new technique. Do you think 10 years ago when I was doing hair when I first started, people were getting chunky ass stripes in their head? I had to learn how to foil back to back and make that chunky ass stripe. Then guess what happened? 5, 6, 7 years later, balayage. No one got foils. So it's like the same. You have to learn or you just stay or change, you stay stagnant. And I get where I hope it can still have photos, but I will say I do notice videos performing much better on the app now.
I'm going to give everybody a hot social media tip. To me,
Shit.
this is a sexy tip. So I'm on TikTok and I'm on Instagram, and I look at this handy dandy tool called Social Blade,
Mm-hmm.
which just tells me like what my engagement is, what my daily, like how many followers I get per day. And there's also a fun part of it where it tells you your ranking on a particular app. So my follower count on TikTok, 250,000
Mm-hmm.
ish, a little bit more, I think. And then my follower count on Instagram, 170,000. On Instagram, that I've been on for, I don't know, years,
Yeah.
I rank with that 170,000th. What am I saying? Hold
One
on. Let me write
100.
100,
Wait, what the heck?
170,000.
1,000. What the heck? Oh my God. Blonde bimbos. Blonde bimbos.
I rank like 15 millionth or something
Oh,
stupid.
yeah.
Like 1,500,000, something stupid, awful. That's not 15. Fuck, I don't do numbers, y'all. That's why I take pretty pictures and put them on the internet. But on TikTok, I am 42,000th in terms of
Really?
ranking. And I'm 250K on that, and then versus 170, which is not a big gap.
Whoa, I did not. That's actually incredible.
Yeah. So when you think about how like TikTok is
Oh my
just in the
God.
beginning stages, I mean, this is for anybody that wants to get into social media because I think it's a cool career, especially if you're going to be someone who comes into it with like, you know, not being like, I'm going to be a star on this star app. I really like I approach it like I work retail and I really hate the hours and I hate how people are like up my ass all day. So I want to do the same job from the comfort of my home. I thought it was going to be so much easier. There's elements of it that I definitely prefer to, being a person working retail, but there's a whole like anything you see in terms of social media is just the tip of the fucking iceberg in comparison to how much work
Yeah.
we do behind the scenes.
I pretty much don't have a day off, to be very honest. I'm not proud of that. It's not like work till you die. But like right now, because I'm trying to reach certain things, I don't have a day off.
I get that. I really get that. Like we had a 4th of July weekend and I think we took 4 days and it
Mhm.
was like the longest I had gone without doing like real work in 3 years, 2 years.
Again, I'll never forget what my sister, because my sibling, like no one really understood what I did, and I remember never forget when my sister said, "Oh, I thought, how do you get paid? Like, how do you?" Where I said, "There's contracts involved. There's deadlines. There's drafts. There's things you have to follow if you do a collab or if you create something. Also, you can create stuff outside of a collab just for fun, but it's a lot of work." She was like, "Oh, I thought you walk into a Target." And if you buy whatever you buy from Target, if you post it on your Instagram, Instagram pays you or Target pays you for posting about their product. I was like, bitch, I would be drink Poppy. Here we are, baby. Pay me up. Like literally, she thought that's how I got paid. I was like, damn, there's just such a misconception about how people get paid in this industry. We're gonna have to have another talk because I think there's so much more that people want to know.
Man, I dropped tea this time. You guys, I gossip girled on real people. Rude.
You did. Golden Goose Girl #1. That's what I call her. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, like, share, all the good stuff. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.